This place dealt with me. Oh God, this place dealt with me. If you're a 200 level medical student, please listen to me attentively. The way you read for anatomy and physiology is not the same way you have to read for biochemistry. There are major two mistakes that most 200 level medical students make, and that is cramming without understanding and also cramming like a blind man. I'm actually going to be giving you practical step. Is not I'm not just talking things that you will not do. I'm going to be telling you things that you can actually materialize. And you should take note that what I'm going to be giving you are things that are going to improve your understanding of biochemistry. So the first one is actually understanding before cramming. You should know that in biochemistry, like unlike what I said in anatomy, I said I should try to understand the concepts, use your atlas, visualize. But in biochemistry, you actually need 50% of cramming and 50% of understanding. So like as if cramming and understanding they marry each other. But then you should know when to understand and you should know when to cram. Before cramming any particular pathway, you should first ask yourself, what is the purpose of this pathway? Why is it happening? Where is it happening? What is the importance? So I'm going to be showing you an example right now. So take a look at this. I'm going to be using the typical one that everybody knows, the glycolytic pathway. What is the purpose of glycolysis? And that is basically breaking down of glucose to release what? Pyruvate. Why pyruvate? So that pyruvate can enter what? The TCA cycle to produce FADH, NADH, and which will go into the electron transport chain. So if you understand this whole concept, cramming will be easier. So now look at this pathway now. You know that glucose to glucose 6-phosphate and all that. There is no time to be saying it because obviously you are seeing it. So the next thing after understanding these pathways, because biochemistry is basically about pathway, just pathway everywhere. Pathway, Jesus Christ. Metab, oh God. So the next thing is to start drawing the pathways. Now, you are going to take a paper. Like, I don't know whether I should tell you right now, but whenever you are reading any pathway, you should take a paper and try to draw it. Even though you can copy it, draw it. Okay, glucose. First read this: glucose to glucose 6-phosphate, and glucose 6-phosphate to fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Write down the enzyme. Write down the rate limiting step, what inhibits it. You can write it in the pathway actually, so that you can be looking at it to understand it. After drawing this pathway, the next thing is to do active recall. Like, what do I mean by active recall? Today, if you learn glycolytic pathway, tomorrow look at that your pathway. Just look at it. Once you look at it, something will enter without you knowing that it has entered. Next tomorrow, check it again. If possible, you can paste it on the wall or just look for A4 paper, write all the pathway, glycolytic pathway, pentose phosphate pathway, fatty acid synthesis, and all that. Just be checking it either daily, weekly. Just making sure that you're always checking it. That is what we call active recall. With time, it will just internalize. So the next point I'm going to be saying is past questions. Past questions cannot be overemphasized. You know, how do I put it now? There's a pattern they usually ask in my school year in biochemistry. They don't ask the way anatomy and physiology ask. They have 4 sections. So you should know how they ask questions first, so that you read in that direction, so that you understand what your examiner wants from you. You get what I'm saying? So in our school year, I'm going to be showing you the past. I'm going to be showing you our 027 past questions. Yeah, the first section is usually normal MCQ, the ABC that you know. Like if you take a look at this one now, you see number 1 question is 2 sugars which differ from one another only in configuration around a single carbon atom are termed what? A, B, C, D. You pick one, you pick the correct answer. If you know the correct answer, just put the comment section. So the next one is this section 2 is heading and phrases. So if you look at it now, they'll ask you a heading, then you pick the answer in the phrase. Like look at this now. The heading now is cytochrome P450 monooxidase biotin catalase, the ABCDE. Then the phrases is now 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So now you are going to pick, like, transamination reaction is what now? So if you take a look at it now, the answer should be pyridoxal phosphate. That is a transamination reaction. That's what I think is correct answer. But please don't judge me if I'm wrong. So the next one is statements. That is section 3 is statements. So what they ask here is, if statements 1, 2, and 3 are correct, they will ask you, they will set a question, then you pick the answer if statements 1, 2, and 3 are correct, if 1 and 3 are correct, if 2 and 4 are correct, if 4 is correct, if all of them are correct. This section is actually confusing because sometimes now you might know that 1 is correct, 2 is correct, but you're not sure that 3 is correct, and that's actually a problem because if you go and pick the wrong thing, you're in trouble. That's why Pascal is necessary. So the last but not the least section in this place is reason and assertion. This place is really, how will I put it? Jesus Christ. This place dealt with me. Oh God. This place dealt with me. The what they usually ask here is, if both A will be if both assertion and reason are true and the reason is the correct explanation of the for the assertion, blah blah blah. If you check B, C, D, and E, you see what they are saying. There's no time saying it because you can obviously see my screen. So they will now ask you a question in the assertion. Okay, now they ask you, let's just look at 92. They'll ask, all monosaccharides are reducing sugar. Now the reason is because their anomeric carbon has an OH group attached that can reduce other compound. Now is you first check it. The assertion, is it true? All monosaccharides are reducing sugar. It is the assertion true? You say okay, yes, the assertion is true. But then look at the reason. Is it because of the anomeric carbon has OH group attached that can reduce other compounds? That's why you call it reducing sugar. So that is just the basic point I'm trying to make here, is that you should check your past questions in terms of biochemistry now. Check past questions, check the patterns. The last but not the least point I'm going to be giving you now is keep cramming. Keep cramming. Just keep cramming. That is basically the thing, because some of the stuff in biochemistry does not make sense. So you know what I've been saying or what I've said, you should understand your pathway before cramming it. You understand before cramming, but cramming is necessary. So thank you very much for watching this video, and make sure you hit that like button, and subscribe to my channel.